Welcome to the channel about news from around the world. While you subscribe and like it, we're going to start.
It's amazing, but it seems that nothing can shake Biden's position in the White House. It would seem that everything imaginable has happened, and even a whole bunch of things that no one could have imagined. In particular, some of the disgraceful situations were so horrifying that they couldn't have been worse. The famous powder alone was worth it. But Biden stands like a rock, and absolutely nothing harms his position. Let's clarify a couple of points. We should not confuse society in the form of the notorious broad masses of people with the elite. By and large, they are concerned with very different things. For example, they don't care about the notorious powder at all. That's not why they put Biden in office. Old Joe had to maintain relations with allies, crush opponents, keep the dollar, and so on. So it's not hard to guess that Biden also upset the elite, but not with the ethics or immorality of his behavior, but with the bad results. Dollarization, the departure of many key allies, the failure of his attempt to isolate Russia. And ordinary people are much more maddened by incidents like another recent one, when Biden was unable to leave the stage at an event in Philadelphia. There is footage showing the head of the White House finishing his speech, thanking the audience, after which he turned to one of his aides with a puzzled look, making gestures with his hands. Having started to move in one direction, the president, however, stops abruptly and only after a few seconds, having been instructed by the staffer, turns around and walks in the other direction. Biden, who will turn 81 this year, became the oldest U.S. president in history. The American leader was often lost in space, confused the names of states, and stumbled when boarding an aeroplane. What's most interesting is the passivity of Republicans. And needless to say, the idea of impeachment has no prospect because it will be constipated in the Senate, which is controlled by the Democrats. It didn't stop the Democrats themselves, although they realized that they wouldn't get impeachment. Still, it looks like the Republicans have a fake, frivolous opposition. And it seems not for the first year, but since the moment when they started to drain Trump on many points. Apparently, there is some unspoken agreement between Democrats and Republicans, and it seems to be that as long as we have a united pressure on Russia, we will not dump Biden at such a moment the way we dumped Trump. By the way, Trump was dumped in many ways precisely because he did not want to give permission for a crackdown on Russia, but demanded a crackdown on China. Judging by the results, it seems that he was right. Nevertheless, we see one thing. The Republicans are more likely to show activity than actually show it. Because the reasons Biden is giving are disproportionate to the response of the Republicans. And that, frankly, is not surprising.
Thank you for watching. If you're interested, subscribe and leave a comment.